Hey everyone, it's Lucas and Nate, and welcome to episode 3 of the Pint Pals Podcast. On today's episode, we're going to be going over some beers from the East Coast that Nate brought back from his trip to Maryland.
Yeah, a trip to Maryland. You know, Lucas trusted me finding beers, which was a very suspicious and weird thing for him to do.
It was tough. It felt weird for me because I didn't get to go to the beer store on my weekly trip.
And I also, I offered him like, I'm out here, let me try to get a little stab at finding some beers. And I gotta tell you, that was the most pressure and like the most anxiety driven thing I've ever done. I was sitting there staring at the shelf of mix of six, I guess that's what you call it for beer, right? Of a mix of six beer, and we probably sat there for maybe 25 minutes trying to figure out a beer that I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when you got back to the car, did you realize how much time you spent in the beer store?
Right? Like, I had to run everything past Abby. I was like, Abby, does this look like a good beer? Like she doesn't even drink beer, or they don't even drink beer. Like, they're like,
do?
what? They're like, what? What are you talking? Like, I don't know, Abby. I don't know what to do. So they just looked at me. They were like, I like the cover of that one. I was like, okay, well, there we go. We're going with that one. So some of the beers today were picked out because the cover was nice looking. Fair warning.
That's fine. That's fine.
But I had a really fun time out in Baltimore. So we went to go visit Abby's sister and her boyfriend. And while we were out there, we got to do some visits to some of the different breweries. Now, unfortunately, it was kind of a crap fest trying to get to those breweries. So we first started going to Guinness. Which I guess that's one of their two breweries. So there's the one in Dublin, and then there was one here in Baltimore. So I didn't realize it was. Does that sound right?
This is where they make the the stuff for the Americans.
For the Americans, the American Guinness.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
Which is funny. She actually snuck a blonde ale into our bag as we were leaving, which I didn't realize, and so I have a Guinness blonde ale in there.
Wait, was it like? Is it from there, or is it?
It's from
it's here.
It's from it's from the Baltimore one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's not from Dublin, no. But anyway, so we went there and we got there and there was a line like just all the way down their sidewalk, and I guess they were doing an Oktoberfest thing. So which I guess
so you picked
kind of strange, but yeah, we couldn't go there. So then we went down the road to High Seas Brewing Company. And they were closed.
Which I told you to go to. They were closed?
Yeah, they were open, but they were only doing out like pickup. They didn't have they didn't have their tap room or anything open. Gotcha. So we skipped that, and then we went to the thing I was telling you about, the church. Okay, so the church, which is actually called the Ministry of Brewing, is what it's actually called.
Ministry of Brewing.
Yeah, and it is really cool. Well, first off, they were on point with like their social distancing and everything, and like and how to do like just everything was just fabulously done there. So it feels like a really safe place to be able to go and drink beer. But it's a former church. I don't want to say what denomination of Christianity it was because I don't really know, but it was a former church. Beautiful. Like, I mean, just imagine a Catholic church, just pillars out of the wazoo, high ceiling, and everything.
Up a picture of it. I'm on their website.
You want a picture of it? Yeah. So check it out. It's definitely really cool. It's called the Ministry of Brewing in Baltimore, Maryland. Really cool. We tried several beers, and I wish I could remember the name right now. It's on my Untapped. I'll check it out later. But it was really good. I mean, just the atmosphere there was just amazing. It was really cool.
No, it looks like a pretty cool place.
Yeah, like all their by the tap area, like all their beers were in like a stained glass kind of thing, which was like a cool little thing there. But I think most of like the religious imagery was kind of taken out of there, but it was still very beautiful. So yeah, we went there. I'm trying to think if we went. I don't think we went to any other breweries. I think that was the main one that we were actually able to get into. Because my mind's skipping me, but so yeah, that was a lot of fun. And of course we ate seafood. like
Oh well,
out the
absolutely. Did you
wazoo.
get crab legs?
Oh yeah, we got snow crabs. Yep. Or not snow crabs, blue crabs. Blue crabs. Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yep.
that's
And when we were eating blue crabs, Abby and I were on the last ones, and the waiter comes over and he's like, you guys are making pretty good progress on it, but let me show you how you should open them. Because blue crabs are like they have the body and everything, not just legs. And
mhm.
so he literally showed us how to take it apart and get all the meat out of it like 50 times quicker than what we were doing. It was crazy. He just he rips out the back, splits it in half, and then slips the meat out of the body of it. It was crazy. It was so much fun. But and then I try to do it. I'm just a hot mess. But it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a good trip. So yeah, these are the beers I brought back, and I think we
Bunch of
should go ahead and
Midwesterners on the East Coast.
huh?
Bunch of Midwesterners on the East Coast.
Right, right. Such simpletons don't know how to take apart a crab. Jeez.
Yeah, you had to do that in the cornfield.
I can tell you how to dehusk corn, but that's about it.
You should have traded them.
Traded them
Like,
off.
get some corn out here. I'll show you. You teach me how to do this. I'll teach you how to do that.
So yeah, let's dive into this here. Let's dive into this. Oh, you know what?
What?
While we're diving into this, let me talk about why we actually originally went on this trip. But first, let's talk about this beer, and as we're pouring and everything, I'll talk about that. So,
Okay.
I'm probably gonna mess this up here.
You went out there to get beer for the podcast.
Yeah, it was the whole trip was just based on me getting beer that I spent 20 to 30 minutes trying to pick out and then panicking the whole time. It was worth the trip. So this is from 3 Stars Brewing Company. Have you had anything from them before?
I've never even heard of them.
You had never even heard of them. Okay. I was a bit worried because usually 3 stars isn't very good on Yelp or any kind of rating system. So I'm sure there's a different meaning behind the 3-star thing. But I really liked the artwork of this. So I'll show the camera here, but there's also a little picture.
It says
there.
made in DC, and then it has 3 stars on that. Does it?
Oh, is that their flag? Does DC have a flag that has 3 stars on it? Maybe that's it.
Let me look it up.
But yeah, so this one's actually from Washington D.C. and
it does have 3 stars on it.
Okay, so then that would be it. That would make sense then.
That's probably it.
Okay. So this one is called Boys in the Hood Low Hanging Fruit Series. So it's a sour ale with boysenberries and pink sea salt. I've never had boysenberries. What is a boysenberry? Should have researched that before I bought it, but
what was the thing that No, never mind.
Okay.
I was thinking about when we were in England, the juice that I would drink over there, but it was the black currant juice.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, this one doesn't have the cool little thing on the bottom, unfortunately, but it does say on the side canned on 908.
Yeah.
It also doesn't have a description, which is interesting. But
Well, I think this is probably just because they canned it and then threw just the sticker label on
the sticker on it. Okay.
just so they could get beer out the door because of COVID and having to shut down.
Okay. Well, since that's the case, I mean, I guess we already know what's in it: boysenberry and pink sea salt. I guess let's dive in here. Let's crack the first one open here. Ooh, it's got a nice color. I can already see.
Oh wow, that looks like wine.
Right?
I'm just watching your video. I haven't opened it. I just opened it yet.
Yeah, it does. It does 100% look like wine. It's a big boy.
Ooh, it smells delicious.
It does smell really good. It I can't remember the smell, what that smells like, but it's very
like boysenberry.
It's very dark. Yes, it smells like boysenberries. That's what it was. I couldn't put my nose on it. What is a boysenberry? Okay. Honestly, boysenberry, is that just like a nickname for something?
Oh my god, I wasn't even thinking, and I took a sip.
You took a sip of it? Jeez. Oh, this is what boysenberries are. No way. Okay, I know what these are. I know what these are because we had two trees of this in my front yard. Okay, if I mean, it looks like the same thing. Um,
Yeah.
so
You sure it
boysenberry,
wasn't a mulberry?
maybe it was mulberry. The mulberries look like boysenberries. Is that
Uh, they look like them, but they're smaller.
mulberry? Maybe it was a mulberry. It could have been mulberry. Well,
Because we had mulberries
they
in our
smell the
house.
same. That's what I remember. This is why the smell smells so familiar. All right. So you already took a first sip. All right. Well, I guess I'll take my
I
first sip
did.
here.
I did.
That is a lot of salt. Okay. Um, smells really good. Not really the taste I was expecting from the smell.
It definitely has a lot of salt to it. I'll say that.
It does. Like
But
you
that
can.
berry flavor is there.
I'm gonna lie. Like it tastes. Besides the initial salt taste, like it to me, it tastes kind of like flat. I don't know. That's
I mean,
a
yeah,
good
no, there's
term.
definitely not a lot of carbonation in this beer. Like the head pretty much went away as soon as I poured it.
Yeah. Like I don't get a lot of carbonation taste in my mouth
I mean,
when I.
I
And
don't
I
know
don't
if
know. Maybe is that
anybody.
just like a canning thing that could be, but like.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, beer is only
Well, yeah, I mean,
a
I don't
month
drink beer
old,
obviously for
so
the carbonation and stuff. I just usually when I drink sours, I have like a more tart and like or what was where we were just talking about? Oh my gosh,
carbonation.
carbonation. I kept wanting to say caffeine.
No,
um,
that is illegal.
is it
This is
illegal to
not a
put
Four
caffeine in
Loco.
beer?
Yeah, are you serious?
Really?
Do you not remember when Four Locos were killing people
Oh, yeah. But they
because they
still make
were
Four Locos.
yeah, but without the caffeine.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
like
I actually
that's
did not
why
know that.
that's
Fun
why when you
fact.
go to a bar, you're not supposed to get a Red Bull and vodka because you're not supposed to mix a.
So you can't
Some
do
bars
those.
won't
You can't
even do
do
that.
Red Bull and vodka
Well,
anymore.
some bars will sell you them separately, and it's like it's on you.
Hmm.
But I think in Bowling Green there were some bars that were like that.
Well, can't you? What's the mixed drink where you put Jaeger and Red Bull together?
A Jaeger bomb.
Jaeger bomb. You can't do this anymore, or like it's
I
frowned
I mean,
upon.
and I mean,
Huh.
just
That's so
because of
interesting.
well, it's because you're mixing a depressant and a stimulant, and your body's
That's
like, I don't know how to respond to this.
that is
Keep
very
drinking
true.
more, I guess.
That really that does honest. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh. Well, now I know. Good thing I know that now. hmm. Hmm.
but that is good. I would definitely drink more of this. I
Yeah,
mean, since this is the series,
I
I'd
know I
be
said it had
interested
a
to.
flat taste to it, but like that's a good flat. Like it's not
It's not
over.
like a flat soda.
Yeah. It's not like overdone with berries, and it's not overdone with tartness. Or I mean, I would say maybe a little too much salt, but that's just me. Um,
Oh, I like it.
it evens
I
out
like the
at the end.
saltiness.
It evens out at the end, but initially I don't enjoy it.
And this is a series that they do, and I'm very interested in.
Low hanging fruit series.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Like I'd love to try more from them. If they do a watermelon one, I'd be very interested in trying that one.
Interesting. I've never had the only watermelon beer I've had was um what's that commandments beer? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Heller High Watermelon,
Yes, Heller High watermelon, yeah.
and it's their watermelon wheat,
Yeah. Which I thought was okay. To me it was too watery.
like
Um
too watered down.
Yeah, it didn't I mean I guess watermelon, but yeah, it didn't like I don't know, it just to me it wasn't that great. I enjoyed it, but
hmm
it wasn't something I decided to buy again.
This
Um
is something I would definitely buy again, though.
no, I definitely agree.
Oh,
I think I
I do
like
want to tell
boysenberries.
you. I do want to tell you what I did during the week since you were in Maryland.
Yeah. What'd you do while I was in Maryland having fun?
Um, since I didn't go to the beer store, I decided to go to a brewery
Hmm.
that I hadn't been to in the Columbus area. I went to Nocterra Brewing,
Nocterra.
and
Where are they located? Nocterra.
they're in Powell.
Oh, okay, that's why. Okay. I only know the ones
We
that are like downtown. Okay.
we did the their ghost last episode, the one with
Oh,
the moth
okay.
on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yep.
and I picked up a 6 pack of Pan Am, and I'm very excited to try it. Haven't tried it yet.
Did you just went to go pick up 6 pack, or did you drink there? Like, did you get
No, I
everything on
didn't
tap?
drink there.
Oh, okay.
I
Were they
just picked up
open?
a 6 pack. Yeah, yeah, they
They
were
were open
open.
for it.
They have a beautiful like outside sitting area with a bunch of picnic tables and everything spaced out. And
Huh.
I mean, and there was like ropes to get to the counter and sheet and the plexiglass shields and stuff. So
Dude, when you texted me that Jackie O's was moving here to
yes,
Columbus,
yes,
oh my gosh. I
yes,
was so
big news,
excited. Like,
big news to the Columbus Beer Market.
oh my
I'm
gosh, like,
applying there as soon as they're accepting applications. Like I'm applying there.
go for it. Man, I've had I've only had 3 of their beers, which is I think is the Hell or High. I think that's one
Oh,
of them. Hell or High, something like that. And then the Raz Wheat, but I'm obsessed with the Raz Wheat. I know you joke with me about it, but I'm obsessed with it.
what? It's a good beer.
It is a good beer.
It's from Jackie O's.
You
Jackie
just
O's
joke with
makes
me
good
every time
beer.
I drink it.
Well,
Um, but it's
you are
very
in
good.
for a treat, my friend. I have a bunch of their rare releases
Mm,
that you and I are going to share on the podcast.
okay,
But, but,
but
they are all stouts.
all right, all right.
But they have adjuncts in them.
They have what in them?
Adjuncts. Like it's not just a straight stout. Like the hot cocoa stout, it had chocolate, the peppers.
Okay,
The adjuncts are like the
gotcha.
extra things
Added
you add
things
to
to
the
it.
beer.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I'd be down for that. Yeah, like I don't absolutely hate stouts. I don't think like drinking a lot of stouts is always the greatest, just because they're so thick. Um,
Hmm.
but I mean, I trust you, so I mean,
Well, somebody has to.
you haven't given me a bad stout yet.
No, I
That I can
haven't.
think of,
I haven't.
so I trust you with it here. All right,
I mean,
with this boys in the hood,
mhm.
boys in the hood. What do you think?
Like, what am I going to rate it?
Yeah, what do you think for a rating? I mean, do you want to drink a little bit more? Or do you feel good to rate it?
I mean, I'm definitely going to rate this beer.
Hmm.
I really don't want this beer to end, honestly.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think I want to save it for
It's like a
afterwards.
salty jam.
And let me tell you, when I when I was editing the last episode, I was drinking all the leftovers from that episode because I edited it right after we filmed it, and I got
Hmm.
pretty drunk. I
I
got
was
pretty
feeling
drunk
it.
while editing because there was that one that was like 8.6 or something. It was really high, and we didn't
Well,
realize
the
it until
milkshake IPA was really high, and
yes.
so was the hot cocoa stout.
So like drinking it, like I got really drunk when I was editing in it. I was like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this right
What is
now.
the ABV on this?
Oh, it's only like 4.6. 4.6, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is. Oh, it says that. Oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
it's not high. So, if it were an IPA, it would be a session. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it would be.
Lucas is like, "No, no. Let's let him have this one." All right, I'm still learning here, right? All right. So, yeah, I think I'm good to rate this one if you are. And I'm definitely going to continue to save this one to have like sips every so often.
I am definitely going to set that one to the side. I want to finish that at the end. Yeah, when I got off, when we finished the podcast, I was like, I'm not ready for bed yet. So I played 1 or 2 rounds of Warzone, and by the second round, I was like, I am walking around in circles. I had no idea. I was like, I'm just gonna stand still in the gulag. I will give this. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yep. I am on the same boat there. That is exactly what I was
It
thinking.
it it tastes very jammy, and it just has that pleasant saltiness to it. I mean, you said it's too much salt, but I think it's perfect.
It's too much salt initially. To me, it's too much of an initial salt. Like I don't know what other one it was that we were trying. It might have been the Goza, um, where
Hmm.
afterwards it left a really good taste like of salt afterwards, and that was great. But this one's like initial salt, and then afterwards not really enough salt. Um, So I'm more of like a salt after kind of guy instead of like a salt before kind of guy.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I gotta stop talking when I'm taking a drink. That's just such a bad idea.
It is.
um,
That's how you drown.
that's how you drown. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with the solid four as well.
So the second beer that we have tonight that Nate picked up when he was in Maryland is from another brewery from Baltimore, Oliver Brewing. It's called I Wish I Was in Munich, and I have to say, I love the can art on this one.
Right. That
This
was
was
definitely one of the selling points for it. We saw the front of it, and I was like, okay, it looks nice and crisp and clean. And then as we started to churn it, was like, ooh, I like what's going on here. That's an everyday like daydreaming right there. You know how many times I've heard Lucas tell me he wished he was at the real Oktoberfest. Yeah.
I want to go to Oktoberfest at least once.
Um, Fun fact: my father-in-law went with some friends, and it looks like a blast. It really
When
does.
when did he go?
It might have been like 2 years ago, three
Oh,
years
and he didn't.
ago.
Well, they canceled it this past year.
Okay, so I honestly I have no memory of how long ago it was, but I want to say within the last like 3 or 4 years for sure.
And he didn't take me, so I'm upset about that.
Okay, this one's got some on the bottom of it. I've
Yeah,
got something
I
on the
was gonna
bottom.
say it. I was gonna say it.
What's it say though? It's in
Oh,
German.
yeah, it says Ein Prost.
Ein Prost. Okay, what is that?
Well,
To cheer.
Prost means
Prost is
cheers, and
cheers. What's
isn't
Ein? I don't know what Ein Prost. Unless that's
isn't
like,
that I am?
oh, I don't know. All right.
What did JFK say? Ich
Ein
ich bin ein Berliner. We are
Ein
all Berlin.
Prost. Okay, so maybe I'm honestly I'm getting a song every time I look it up. Ein Prost. Okay. Okay. Um,
It might be a song.
hmm, I'm kind of curious, but I'm not gonna click on it right
So
now.
this beer right here is a Marzen. Well, it's an October style lager. I'm not.
Do you want me to read
I
the
don't want to
description
call it
here?
a Marzen lager. Huh?
Do you want me to read the description here?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So it says brewed in celebration of Oktoberfest, we've used Pilsner, a light Munich, and caramel Munich malts for a sweet profile with hints of caramel and modest hop bitterness. It's the next. It's the next big. Oh my gosh! It's the next best thing to celebrating in Germany. Man, I can't talk.
It's that first beer you had.
Yeah, right. It's already hitting me, man. It's already hitting me. All right, so yeah, Abby was teaching me Prost and what it meant, and so that's why originally we were kind of thinking brainstorming names for like a new name for us. That's why that came up. But um,
Oh yeah. Everybody. By the way, this is the first episode under the Pint Pals name. We are no longer Buds and Suds. We have decided to change the name because of how many other channels on
apparently, who would have
YouTube
knew
would.
it was such a common name?
Yeah, I got real excited about it. I was like, no, oh, man, because I was the one who thought of the original name, and I was like, man, nobody else is gonna put Buds and Suds together because Suds means beer and you drink it with your buds. Nobody's gonna do that.
Who would have done that? Come on.
Apparently, a lot of people did.
All right. I'm gonna start pouring this one here.
And since it's an Oktoberfest, I am
This is
going
gonna be
to
fancy.
use my gigantic Oktoberfest mug for this tiny 12-ounce beer.
Now, is that Oktoberfest regulated? Like, is that official Oktoberfest regulation size?
I honestly, I would say yes because it's from a German brewery.
It's really cool. What
Yeah,
what German brewery?
it is from. Oh man, that smell is fantastic.
That's interesting. Honestly,
Honestly, what are you gonna say? It smells like.
I can't get a smell.
You don't get a smell. It says
It's
it's
very faint.
from Meyer Stammhouse beer. So I guess Meyer.
Sorry, I'm gonna pull my inner scientist and just I'm gonna waft it. I still got nothing. Okay, I got a little bit of it, but
Yeah.
it's not like
What do you
strong and prominent to the others.
what do you think it smells like? because this is the first, I would say, I don't want to call it simple as insulting, but
It smells light. Like
yeah, this is the first, I would say, light beer that we've had on the pod. Not as in like a Bud Light, as in a light lager, but just something that wasn't,
that's
a 10% stout or an 8% milkshake IPA.
what was the percentage on this? It was oh six. Okay,
It's
it was a 6%.
6%. So that's, yeah.
Honestly, now that you kind of like mentioned that, like I am getting like the normal like Yingling kind of lager smell.
Smells like beer.
Yeah,
It smells like beer, and that's
that's probably
exactly
why.
what it's
I
supposed to
think I'm
smell
just
like.
used to it now, and that's why it just smells so
Honestly, to me, it smells like Budweiser.
really. Hmm,
It smells like Budweiser. But,
not a bad thing.
the original Budweiser is a German beer. Budvar.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive in here. You ready?
Yeah. Uh, Prost.
Roast.
Uh, and cheers to, I guess, all the beer that would have been consumed at Oktoberfest this year at all the Oktoberfest celebrations if COVID wasn't such a pain in the ass.
I like that.
That is very different from all the other Oktoberfest lagers that I've had.
I like that. That's like
I, I like that a lot too.
that aftertaste is really good, and it's like it's not too bitter with hops. I know it said like a modest hop bitterness, but I mean, I guess
I mean, I'm getting like the hops are there,
the
but
hops
it's
are
just
there.
like
But yeah, I don't
because it's a
taste.
beer.
Yeah, but it was also really sweet. I can taste the caramel.
Well, it's probably brewed with the German purity laws in mind.
What's that? Purity laws. Like the caramel taste, like I was there, and I felt like a good sweet taste with hops, but
Hmm.
again, not the bitterness that they were kind of mentioning. But I also kind of like, I don't know if it's just from after the sour, but it kind of like hit me here in the chest a little bit. I don't.
No, I didn't get
You didn't
that.
get that? Okay, I might be
No,
having
not
some
at
kind of
all.
problem. Something might be going on. Keep an eye on me,
I hope
okay?
not.
Keep an
I
eye on
hope
me.
not. I don't want to put an ad in the paper.
Jeez, that quick. Looking for a new pint pal.
Yeah. The purity law requires that nothing other than barley, hops, and water be used to produce beer.
Hmm.
So nothing, fancy about it. It's just beer. This is,
Just raw beer at its finest.
I mean, yeah, yeah. If I went to this brewery, I definitely would have had this beer because you can make mistakes in like an IPA, but if it's hopped out to the max, nobody's really going to tell. It's just the hops are covering everything. But like with a pilsner or a lager or a Marzen or these Oktoberfest beers, it shows the type of just the quality of the brewer basically, because this is a clean, crisp, easy drinking beer, and that's exactly what this beer is supposed to be.
I like that.
Man, maybe we should go to Baltimore for Oktoberfest next year.
Right? You have any additional thoughts about this?
I mean, I wasn't trying to compare it to a Budweiser because I'm sure I'm sure
I
the
wouldn't want
brewers
that.
might take offense to that, but I was just just the similarities between. I mean, it smells like beer.
Like I tell you, like for a big Budweiser drinker, all right, I would prefer
Hey,
this over. I kept thinking like, man, if this was cheaper for me to get, I would drink this a
and
lot.
and you didn't have to drive to Baltimore to get it.
It's red to Baltimore to get. I would easily replace that with Budweiser, like without a doubt. Um, yeah, dude, I actually
I,
really enjoying this.
I mean, Budweiser is my macro of choice.
No, I love Budweiser, but yeah, I'm not gonna try to compare this at all to that. It just
It's very crisp, clean, easy drinking, and I I want more of this,
mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to October. Like I I Oktoberfest is only from like September to October, with late August, I guess. Um,
I don't think I've had a lot of Oktoberfest beers. I know I've had like Sam Adams. Um, actually, might have just been might have honestly just been Sam Adams Oktoberfest that I've had. So I don't have a lot to compare to, but like this is I really like this. So
I've had I've had a few. Like I've had the Great Lakes, Thirsty Dog,
oh, Great
Fathead,
Lakes. I have had Great Lakes. Never mind. Yeah, that was one. Yep.
Finley Brewing. I've had their version of it,
Well,
but
do you wanna rate this?
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I just like this time of year is so great because all the breweries are coming out with their Oktoberfests and their pumpkin beers.
I'm excited for some pumpkin beer.
Your mic is muted.
Nope, I just said it really quietly. I am excited for
Oh,
some
okay.
pumpkin beer, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And not
Do we
because
want
I'm
to say
like
that?
one of those people that's obsessed with like pumpkin spice and having it in everything, but pumpkin is good.
Do we want to?
Yeah,
Do
let's
we
rate it.
want to say what?
So I am gonna go with a 4 for this one as well. Just like my previous one, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
give
give
it a 4.
this a 4.25.
Really? All right.
I this is definitely one of the better Oktoberfest beers that I've had. I will say that. I also had Bell's. I've had Bell's Oktoberfest. I didn't care for. I do enjoy Sierra Nevada's Oktoberfest, but I
Yeah.
didn't care
I
for
mean, I
the
know
one
who
that
that
came
is,
out
but I've
this
never had
year.
that.
Sierra Nevada every year they pair up with a different German brewery, and that's probably why it tastes so good.
All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna move on to our next beer here. For this one was 100% a uh, choice based off the name and the label for it. That's the only reason we picked it. So this one is I Wit My Pants. It's a Belgian wit by 1623 Brewing Company in Eldersburg, Maryland, which I don't know where that's at, but
I don't know where it's at, and I've never heard of these guys as well.
hmm. So it is a 5.61% alcohol, and it says this centuries old wheat beer stands the test of time. Our version of this white beer delivers all the coriander and orange peel within the great wheat beer mouthfeel. It will finish with a great lemon
Nice,
zest and will leave you wanting more. Ooh,
nice.
leave you wanting more. That's a strong statement there. Oh yeah, look at you checking the bottom before I do. What does yours
I
say?
can't I can't read it. It's too
Oh
smushed.
wait, hold on. Something not a wit between us.
Maybe,
Not a wit between us.
maybe. I guess
Something
that
between
makes
us.
it could be that.
Not a wit between us. I like it. All right, let's crack this one open.
I have a feeling you're gonna like this beer a lot.
I am a huge fan of Belgian styles, so
Well, I know when I used to work at the bar in the town that we went to college, you would get a tall blue moon.
I'm obsessed with Blue Moon.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, and you still have two bottles in my house. So
Those will eventually be reaped, but oh yeah. Ooh, I like the. I don't know if I did something wrong, but I like the gradient of. It's very clear at the bottom, and it gets darker towards the top. Do you see that?
I do see that.
That's showing for yours. Is it just the glass I put it in? Maybe.
It might be. I mean, I'm using another Oktoberfest mug.
Ooh, it's definitely got a really strong lemon and orange smell.
Zesty smell.
Zesty. That is the word there.
It is definitely very hazy.
I do really like the smell. Yeah, I definitely saw a lot of like different particles in there.
This is
Um,
my nostalgia brewing mug that I got when I went out to Nostalgia a couple weeks ago, about 2 3 weeks ago.
it's definitely a lot smaller than the other one, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, no, it is. It is.
All right, we
Are we
good
ready for
to?
this?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right.
I'm not sure. Give me a
I
second here.
yeah, yeah, same here, man. I just
Not like a bad way. I just hmm.
are, are you sure? Not like a bad way?
I mean, as I drink more, yeah. Um, let me say one positive. Okay, the aftertaste is pretty solid. All right. I don't know how I feel about like when it's in my mouth. I don't really know honestly. Um, Honestly, the more I drink it, no, no,
This
not
is this is
not for me.
I well, I don't even see with me. I tend to like most beers, but I am usually don't like Belgians or Belgian
Hmm,
style.
gotcha.
Even the wheats, like I don't even like Blue Moon.
I mean, compared to other Belgian styles I've had, this is like something I would not even put in that list. Like,
I mean, what's your problem with it? Then I'll tell you my problem with it.
let me take another few sips here. Just honestly, it tastes like water with lemon in it, um, with a little bit of orange as well.
I am not. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I don't even get the orange. It doesn't have any of like that weedy characteristic that I like
That's it. The
in
wheat.
in a wheat ale. It's supposed to be a Belgian wheat ale, and I'm not getting any of that like breadiness or anything like that. Yeah, there's
Honestly, yeah, this is what
it
I would
tastes like an
imagine like
just like
water with oranges and lemons in it. It tastes like. I can't remember what cafe it was I used to go to that would do that. It might have been the one that was in Bluffton. Um, where they serve it in the big pitcher to you, and it's got like oranges and lemons in the bottom of it. That's honestly what I'm tasting here. So it's definitely very light, but it was also what was it was a 5.6% alcohol. Hmm. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Um,
well, I shouldn't say this about since this is supposed to be a Belgian style. The American wheat ales are supposed to be more bready and stuff like that, and the Belgians are not. So I mean, in that aspect of things, they did that right, I guess. I'm just not a fan of this style. I think I
I
it
just don't
does
like the
taste like
taste.
just lemon water, honestly.
Yeah, that's all I get.
Tastes
I mean, aftertaste isn't bad. I do like the
and
aftertaste. It's
and
not
not like lemon
disgusting.
juice. It just tastes like lemon rind.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also not saying like it tastes absolutely nasty because it doesn't taste terrible. Like I could definitely finish it
Right. And
and
just
not be
because we don't
wincing the
like
whole
this beer,
time, but like I just not something that I'll be like, oh, it's so like refreshing and stuff. I don't get that.
just because we don't like this beer doesn't mean that it's a bad beer.
Yep,
This is just
definitely.
our opinions.
Always a disclaimer there. Yeah, it's these are all our opinions. So, um,
You can email Nate and yell at him.
yeah, you can yell at me for picking this one. um, I'm gonna let it sit for a while. All right, I'm gonna just kind of sit. I got a story here, but um, I'm gonna let it sit for a while and just kind of sip on it here and see if any kind of changes. Which
Okay.
I don't think, but I'm gonna give that time. I'm gonna give that test of time. Okay.
This is making me miss the one we just had.
Take some sips of that. Um, so we went up to. What I was going to tell you earlier is that we went up to Maryland because we actually were going to a concert in Washington D.C. and we were going to see Pegboard Nerds. They're a EDM group that is from. Oh, I'm
You,
not gonna
you
mess
were
it up, so I'm not gonna say. Um, you're from a European country. I want to say it's a European country too. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking before I totally butcher that. Anyway, love their music. They're very popular. And so we got there. We got to the place that was hosting them, and this was actually already a delayed concert because it was supposed to have them back like in March. So it was already a delayed concert, and it was scheduled for the day that we were there. We got there.
Mhm.
Building was kind of weird because it looked like an apartment building kind of thing. Like it had a lobby and everything. It was really nice and marble and everything. It's supposed to be like a club, and we were standing there, and there was a few other people outside, and we're like, "There's like nobody here. What's going on?" And so we went over. We tried to open the door. It was locked. So we're standing there talking to these other people, and they're like, "Yeah, we have no idea what's going on." And so we're checking our emails, we're checking the social media and everything, and there was no notice that it was canceled or anything. The site still said that the club was open. Um, so we waited there for an hour with nothing, and we totally got gypped. They never emailed anybody or told anybody that it was canceled.
No.
Yeah, so
You went all the way to Maryland for a canceled concert.
yes. I mean, the plus side, we had free housing with my sister in
R-
law, and we got to do other stuff
right,
too with
right.
them.
Did you
If
not tell me this earlier because you were saving it for the podcast?
maybe that could have been it, yeah. um, that banter, but it was so infuriating, and so Abby was like messaging them through social media, emailing them, calling them while we're sitting there, and if I had a back response that said, "Yeah, we emailed everybody that it was going to be canceled," and we were sitting there like, but all these other people showed up and they didn't know about it being canceled either. So you obviously didn't send the email. Looking through, they're looking through their email and they don't see it. It's like, what? Like, come on, are you kidding
Yeah.
us? They were trying to like say that they sent it, but like for the band not to post anything, for the club not to post anything is just it's
Hmm.
like how do you do that? How do you go 6 months later and then not say anything that it's not happening? So it was really infuriating,
Did you get
but
your money
we ended
back?
up getting our money back, and we're gonna get free tickets for next time.
Oh, for
So,
next time when
so
they come.
yeah, so it was a win. Which, since they're out of the country, will probably be to like another 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, 2022 maybe.
So
Yeah, and let's say okay, so they didn't send you an email that they canceled the show, but you are going to give them, but you are hoping that they remember that they messed up. Maybe because this show
right,
could be in
we're not getting those
2022.
tickets. We're
You're not
not
getting those
getting those
tickets, man.
tickets. uh,
They didn't
but
send an email to you and all these other people, but hey, we got you with those free tickets, my man.
well, it's funny. One of the girls we were talking to in
This
outside of
is
the
your fire
place.
festival.
Yeah, right. Well, the girl we were talking to, she was like, I was reading through the reviews of this club, and like, it almost like it isn't a real thing. Like, it doesn't actually exist. Like, the reviews are all bad, and people are saying they can't find the place and all this stuff. I'm like, is this literally like Firefest? Like, is it something that like like the greatest thing ever that doesn't actually exist?
Is there going to be a bunch of rich people fighting over BB&Js?
Jeez, am I gonna have to live
We
out in a
don't have
tent on the
clean water.
sidewalk?
We don't have
Mm.
clean water or food.
Mm. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna pass on this beer. I'm good to
I
raid. I'm good to rate
Same here.
it.
Oh man,
I'm gonna go with the 3.25.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Um, three because I'm started leaning towards your three as a baseline kind of thing, or as a bottom kind of thing. But I also like. I mean, there's still a little bit of a good quality to it. I can drink it. Like a three, I feel like I couldn't finish it, but this I could feel like I can finish it, and I will finish it. Um,
I mean, I'm gonna finish it too, but I'm not gonna be happy about it.
See, I'll be fine. Like I won't feel like, oh my god, I have to finish this. Like there's been
I
beers where
feel like I have
I
to finish
can't
it.
do that. Like I just can't finish because it's so bad. Um, or where I'll literally just like chug it just to get it done with. But this one, I feel like I can take my time. I can drink it. I won't
Don't like,
enjoy it
just
too
don't like Belgian wheats. I don't
much.
like Belgian beers. They're
You
not
know
for
what? Maybe
me.
I'm missing the orange. Maybe I need to get an orange and
I,
put it in there.
I could put a gallon of orange juice in here and I wouldn't like it.
Yeah. All right. So a 3 and a 3.25.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Well, at least our ratings were pretty much on par
Yeah. I think
for
they've been
beers
sticking pretty
today.
close. All right. So moving on to our next beer here. It's like click the wrong button here.
I don't want to throw you under the bus for this beer.
Okay. Then don't. Go ahead. Give it to me.
Well, no. You can announce the.
Okay. You want
You
me to
can
announce it?
announce it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this beer is Sweet Baby Jesus with an exclamation point. It is by DuClaw Brewing Company in Baltimore, Maryland. It is a chocolate peanut butter porter. It is
Which I
6.2.
have been on a big kick of chocolate peanut butter porters.
It is 6.2% alcohol, and their notes here. Oh, we gotta check the bottom. Nothing on the bottom. A little disappointed. Just lost 0.25 on my vote. The classic porter with heavenly aromas and flavors of roasted malt, chocolate, and rich peanut butter with a smooth, dry finish. One sip and you will exclaim the name. That was actually, I kind of like that. Okay. All right. So give it to me. What was you wanted to?
Did you not know that they sell this like? I mean, you didn't have to go to Maryland to get this beer. Did you know
Oh,
that?
I didn't think about any of that when I was buying this stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like I said, literally, I was in a panic when I was at the store. Okay, my anxiety was through the roof. I am here. I don't want to be here, but I am here.
You have to come to me with to the beer store.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and pick beautiful looking colors and
That's fine.
until you say no and yes.
Be like, no, drop it.
Beer?
No.
No, put it away. Touch it, you buy it.
I will say that this is one of the very first craft beers that I originally had,
Oh, really?
and
Huh.
well, it's because
Throwback.
of where I worked when I turned 21.
Where did you work when you turned 21? Was it the
Luke's.
Finley? Where? Oh,
No,
Luke's. Oh, Luke's. Oh, they had it. They have it on tap.
they did. They did,
Huh. Interesting.
and I had it there, and I hated it because I
Really?
just well, it was because I was like the very first porter I ever had, and
Okay.
it was like, oh yeah, a dark beer. I've never had that before, and but since then my palate has definitely changed.
Is this pre craft beer, Lucas?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
this was
Okay.
Lucas drinking Bush Light.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, this is
understandable then.
the
So
start of craft beer Lucas, but the start of craft beer Lucas was just all IPAs.
is this a can that I have to massage?
I wouldn't call it massaging, but
To
no, you don't
twist
have
and
to.
churn? No. Okay. I always feel like it's the darker beers that I feel like they have sediment and I have to like do this. I don't know why, but
No, it's the hazy IPAs and the
it's
IPAs that you have to do it for.
okay. Um all right, well I'm cracking this one open.
Okay.
I'm afraid my dog is gonna come sneaking up on me because he smells peanut butter, so let's be ready for that.
I have been on a huge peanut butter kick in my beer as of late.
I mean, I'm not huge on it. Like, I mean, I've had a few peanut butter ones, but it's not really something that's like
I mean, I can
I
already
gotta have.
smell the peanut butter
Oh yeah,
and the chocolate
I know it
and
smells really
just like that
good.
roastiness.
Love in a tub. That's a
I think that's a stout, right?
this is stout. Is it? It's a peanut butter though, right?
I don't know if it was a peanut butter chocolate stout, but all I know was when I drank that stout, it tasted like dipped ice cream cone.
The Love in the Tub?
Yeah, that's all I got when I tasted it, and I loved it. It tasted like chocolate dipped waffle cone.
It is. Okay, so it's a rich peanut butter and dark chocolate mingle with espresso and vanilla bean. Okay, yeah, yeah. I had to look it up because it was gonna bother me. All right. Um,
God, I love that beer.
this smells really good. I do like the smell.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm good. Here we go.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Did you exclaim the name?
I did what the can told me to do.
Is this a paid ad? Um,
No, this is not sponsored by DuClaw.
real quick before I talk about this, the glass that you're using.
Yes,
Tell me
my
about it.
snifter. What do you mean?
Wait,
What's
what?
going
Why
on?
is it shaped differently than? I know there's all these different types of glasses for beers, and maybe that's something for like a later time. Do different beers have like different glasses it's supposed to go in?
Yes.
Okay, okay. We'll have to. That's for like a later time, I guess.
Well,
Okay, so go ahead.
you're not going to put like a 10% stout in a 16-ounce glass.
Okay, okay. So is it like just size? It's not because of like the way that it like develops in the glass, is it? Or
Well, I will say this. You know how red wine glasses, how you're supposed to hold red wine glasses
hmm
compared to red wine,
yeah,
compared to white wine, like by the bottom, like here,
yeah.
instead of the stem. I think it's also because of the same reason. Like a, a cold stout or a porter, when it warms up with your body heat, it brings out some more of the flavors.
Hmm. So I should be gripping it here on the side, right?
I mean, the
Is that
fact
too
that you have
weird?
it in
Is that
that's what, a
too weird?
22-ounce glass?
This thing's massive. Um. All right, let me take a few
Have I
more sips
shown you
here.
my 55-ounce glass?
No.
You want to see it?
Yes, I'm very. You've piqued my interest. That's like comedically, like
Like
large.
I think it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be that ha 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 joke back there, but I'm totally gonna drink this. I would drink 55 ounces of beer out of this.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
That's what? How much is that?
15. If you said 50 ounces,
55. That's what?
55 ounces. How big have
Little less
these
than a
these
six
ones
pack of
been?
12 ounce.
Hmm, I mean, damn. Yeah, that's big. That's a lot. That's a lot of beer. Um, I taste the roast.
I definitely have that roastiness in mine. The peanut butter is there, but it doesn't.
Yeah, that's the
It's
one thing is I'm not getting a lot of the peanut butter taste. I do get chocolate though.
I do get chocolate, and the peanut butter is there, but it's not as, I guess, pronounced as I would want it to be.
So usually when you taste the peanut butter porters, is the peanut butter is pretty strong or
The ones
stronger,
I've
I
had,
guess.
the ones
Yeah,
I've had, yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
I mean, I like it. It's not
No, I like it too. I wish there was just more peanut butter.
smooth, dry finish.
It is definitely dry finish. I will say that.
Describe that to me, like dry finish. Maybe I just don't know what that is. Like what describe
You
that.
ever have a dry red wine?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's like the same characteristic.
Okay.
Like it.
Huh. Roasted malt chocolate, rich peanut butter. Yeah, I think it's an overstatement on the rich peanut butter. Hmm.
So
Hmm. Hmm.
as I do before each episode, I reach out to the breweries that we are sampling. I didn't do the 1623 because it was very last minute switch that we had, so I didn't get a chance to message them. But it's probably a good thing because they probably wouldn't have liked what what we had to say about their beer. Um, but DuClaw did get back to me, and they just wanted to make a heads up about their new releases. They have Nordic Swell, a sour me strawberry rhubarb pie, which sounds great. I would
I'm
actually
not a fan
try
of
that.
rhubarb, but that does sound pretty good.
And they also have the Patriarchy dipped pretzel, which is supposed to be a chocolate pretzel. The Patriarchy is a series of sweet stouts that they do, and it's all like a different, like I guess supposed to be a pastry type
Are
thing, even
these?
though the chocolate covered pretzel's not.
I don't want to interrupt, but are these things that we could get here in Ohio? Then, since you can get the Sweet Baby, are those things that you think we could also get here?
I don't see why we could. I think we can get the Patriarchy. I'm pretty sure I saw it in Dublin,
Hmm.
where I go shopping. But the sour me strawberry rhubarb pie, I'm not sure.
That sounds really good. What was there? Was there three of them? Was there a third one?
Oh, the Nordic Swell, which is a juicy double IPA with hints of fruit and spice. That does sound good. Something I would definitely try. He did also send me a link about the history of DuClaw Brewing, and just to read a short little segment of it. DuClaw Brewery was born when our founder Dave Benfield followed his passion and started brewpubs in Maryland. Later, he transitioned the focus of the brewery towards bottling and canning business so he could get more DuClaw to more people. Always cherishing the craft, never following the obvious path. Craft be cherished, rules be damned. So,
Hmm.
I am all about that.
You want to rate it?
Oh, definitely.
All right, I'm good. So go ahead and give me a rating first. What do you think?
Let me give it a 3.75.
I swear we're like connected in
Are
some
we
kind
on
of
sync today?
weird. We're some kind of weird connection. Yeah, I was thinking for a while 3.5 just because I was really looking forward to the peanut butter and all I had was really the chocolatey taste.
No,
Um,
I definitely like this beer, and pre-craft beer Lucas absolutely hated this beer, so you can just tell right there that my palate has definitely changed.
yeah, I think
And you can find this in like your local grocery store, like I sell it.
so. It's definitely more widely dispersed.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, dude. Yep. I'm gonna go with the 3.75 as well. Um, Only I was kind of aiming for a 4, but I think if it just had a little bit more of that peanut buttery taste, I think I would have been down because the chocolate is really good and the roast is really good to it. I love the roasty
Hmm.
taste to it. Um,
God, I can't wait for stout season.
when is stout season? Like, what's a good time? Is it December?
Oh, the winter months. Yeah,
Winter
that's
months. Okay,
usually when I drink all my stouts and porters.
gotcha.
I mean, I have a few every now and again, but I usually save it for like if I get a stout or a porter in July, I'm not going to drink it until I'm like sitting on my back porch and it's like at night when it's cooler and I'm either smoking a cigar or having my pipe.
You sound so cool.
I do. I do. I'm a real cool guy. I am the coolest.
All right. Um.
So you want to go ahead and do the beers of the night?
Yeah. Let's list them off here. So, and it doesn't necessarily have to go with our rating that we gave them, so it's not in that
No.
specific order. But
No.
we're gonna list our top 4 beers for tonight, and I think we usually start with the top one, but let's start with
Hmm.
the bottom one this time. Leave it a little interesting.
See, but here's the thing. Since we only do like 4 beers, like by process of elimination, I
I
like to
mean,
know what we do as our best beer. But we'll do it your way. This is
I mean, it's still process elimination, even if you're doing it the other
yeah,
way,
I
right?
guess. I guess.
Technically.
Yeah, I guess. All right. So what was your worst beer of the evening?
I mean,
And by the way, we say worst beer, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad beer. It's just the beer
yep.
that we did not like. Well, our tastes could be different, but I feel like on this episode we're going to be pretty similar for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's that classic disclaimer that everybody has is different taste in beer. And it's different for everyone. But I'm gonna probably say it is unanimous with this one. The whip my pants for my I guess fourth choice or
Least
number
favorite
four
beer of
least
the night.
favorite. Yeah. Um, kind of disappointed because it was clever with the name, but um, yeah, it just didn't really just stick out too much.
I I mean I didn't. It just maybe it's because I didn't have an orange wedge with it. Maybe that would have done
It's
something
all in the
different with
orange
it.
wedge. Only reason Belgian beers are good. It's the orange wedge.
But I'm just not a fan of Belgian wheats. I'm not a fan of just Belgian Trappist ales. I don't know what it is. I'm sure I'm sure the country of Belgium is a beautiful, fantastic place full of amazing people, but uh, it's their beer is just not for me.
All right. So then the third one. So second to
Uh,
last.
my third favorite beer was Sweet Baby Jesus, the chocolate peanut butter porter. I would have rated it. I would have put it higher, but it just didn't have as much peanut butter as I would like.
Yeah, I am on the same boat with you. That would have been my third as well. All right. Two.
Yep, go ahead.
All right. Two for me. Ooh, you know what? This actually is a difficult choice. Um, mm, hold
See, I
on.
didn't think this. I
Hold
didn't
on.
think
Yeah,
this
I
was
actually
going to be
didn't
a
think
difficult
about this
choice.
real quick. Let me. Oh wait, hold on. That's the wrong one. Now I'm trying to figure out which one is which. Okay, I put them over here. All right, hold on.
Man, you're just going for it.
Okay. For me, it was I wish I was in Munich. It was my second.
Is your second?
Yeah.
With me, it is Boys in the Hood.
Hmm. All right.
Hands down. Which don't get me wrong, I love the beer and I love the flavor, and it was my highest rated beer of the night.
Yeah. I.
But
mm, so I mean, going on to our number one beer. So for me, it was obviously the boys in the hood.
and for me, it was the I wish I was in Munich,
Yeah.
and main reason I picked it was because I've had a bunch of different sours, but I really think that these guys nailed what my perceived notion of a American Oktoberfest style beer should be, because it's definitely not, I'm sure it's not the same compared to what's over in Germany, but I really think that these guys knocked out the perfect idea. It was light, crisp, easy drinking Oktoberfest style beer. And that's not to say that these other beers are bad. Like Boys in the Hood, I loved that beer, and I'm really glad that I got to try three new beers from three breweries that I never heard of. So thank you, Nate, for doing that. That was awesome.
All
But
because of my anxiety.
I just
uh,
think that these guys just nailed it with the Oktoberfest.
I
Prost
can
to
agree
you,
with
Oliver Brewing.
that. I can agree. It is really good. And honestly, I think two of these I had heard of, but I was really honestly thrown off by the whole Three Stars Brewing Company until we actually looked it up and it made a little bit more sense. But I was like, man, it just seems kind of like a. I mean, their can looked kind of generic. It just looked like a generic thing, but boy, was I wrong. It was really good. And
You
I
could
love
say,
sour ales.
Boysen, you were wrong.
I hate you.
I know.
All right. So let's do a cheers right now. I think just to those who are listening, we do appreciate any support that we get for our podcast here as we're starting off. So here's Prost. You know what? I should probably take my German.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
do
know
that.
what?
I'm
That
gonna do
makes more
that.
sense, right? All right.
Isn't it Prost?
Prost. Sorry, it is Prost.
It's not
Prost.
prostate. It's
Prost, not
prostate.
prostate, it's prostate. All right. Prost or cheers to all those who are listening. We appreciate you and all your support.
Yes, thank you very much.
It is delicious. It's so sweet.
So good.
All right. Well, I do appreciate everybody that came here to listen to our third episode of our podcast for Pint Pals, our first time being under the name of Pint Pals, previously known as Buds and Suds. So we do appreciate it. You can check us out on Twitter under at Pint Pals Podcast.
Yep.
All right, at Pint Pals Podcast. We're also available on YouTube. We're available on Spotify. So feel free to check us out and definitely follow us on Twitter to stay updated on all of the things that we're going to be doing. So we do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by for this podcast. We will see you all next week in episode 4. Hey, everyone. Thank you for checking out this week's episode of the Pint Pals Podcast. If you want to support the podcast in other ways, be sure to check out our Patreon at www.patreon.com/pintpals. If you choose to subscribe monthly, you can receive access to special videos, private Snapchats, discounted merch, as well as being toasted during each episode. And as always, subscribing to our Patreon is always appreciated but never expected. Thank you. We'll see you in the next episode.